Sleepers Podcast, full episode, Tuesday, April 22nd. I'm back. Cart's with me. Great job on yesterday's episode. Enjoyed your Easter wrap up, but also you recorded that pre-Easter weekend. So I'm excited to actually talk about our Easters now. How was your Easter weekend?
Good. Brunch delivered. Was exciting seeing young son open his basket. He enjoyed basket, enjoyed his toys. Pierre enjoyed his basket and his toys as well. A lot of joy, a lot of Easter cheer being spread around this household. I enjoyed it. Tiring, but enjoyable.
Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, Easter, I feel like hits a little different as a parent. We're being old heads now, but like, were you a big Easter kid growing up?
Um, not really, no.
Yeah, I feel Easter was always like, I'll enjoy it, fun. Connie makes bunny cookies that are great. I don't know. In general, that's not like a huge emotional attachment holiday for me. Also, probably, I don't know. I understand it's like a big time holiday for a lot of very religious folks. So I don't mean to disrespect the holiday. Easter's great, but just one of those ones where, like, emotionally for me, it's not a Thanksgiving, it's not a Christmas. And I feel like Easter had a little added importance, added meaning this year as had two for the first time. Murph was running around doing an egg hunt this year. She greatly enjoyed that. So that was good.
Did she win it?
She did not win it. In fact, I would say she was the loser of it.
Ugh.
But odds were against her. Because number one, she's the second smallest of one, two, three, four, five, seven cousins.
Mm.
So we had some big kids around. What I will say is she somehow mentally manipulated her cousins. She got me in her. She mentally manipulated her oldest cousins into thinking she needed help. So the oldest cousins, instead of being killers that they could have been, they could have dominated the egg hunt. They spent like at least 50% of their time looking for eggs to give Murphy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Good work by Murph. Crazy. I
Special.
thought other cousins had a little bit more to them.
No killer instinct. In fact, found out oldest cousin Carter, who's named after you, Lil Cat, as we like to call him. He's a big time soccer player, and I asked him how his soccer game went, and he was like, "Good. We got wrecked 6-1, but I flopped." So I'm learning he's about to turn 10, and that's the vibes he's bringing. Like, yeah, we got wrecked in a cup game, but I sold a flop.
Yeah, so obviously not my place whatsoever, but I am emotionally invested in him. I would like to have a sit down. I think it's time for an Uncle Cat sit down.
I just couldn't believe they got these 10-year-olds, man, proud of their flops. He's like,
That's
I
crazy.
fell, I sold it.
That's crazy to me. But since I do have you here, can I ask you this? Because I don't know if you listened to the full episode. You know you're my guy musically, right? I come to you when I find a song that's a little obscure that I think's obscure, but like most people know. Um,
I didn't know I was your guy musically. I'm
yeah,
nervous by that.
yeah, you are. Who sings the song "Have You Never Seen Rain"?
Someone told me long.
Yeah, dog, that song is
I
elite.
know.
Oh, I've been there for some
Why do I
time.
want to say that's Tom Petty?
That's a NASCAR driver, you
Oh,
jackass.
have you? That's not a NASCAR driver.
Yes, it is.
Tom Petty is not a NASCAR.
Tom Petty is a NASCAR driver.
Creedence Clearwater Revival. Have you ever
Okay,
seen?
that's a hell of a name.
No, Carter. Tom Petty is an American singer-songwriter.
Tom Petty is a goddamn NASCAR. This isn't even a bit. He's a NASCAR
No,
driver.
he's not.
Yes, he is.
I'm looking it up. Tom Petty race car driver.
All
That's
right, you're right. You're right.
Richard Petty.
Richard Petty is the NASCAR driver.
Since
Yeah,
when are you into race car driving?
that's crazy.
Is it?
Yeah, and I think it was in fourth grade. I wanted to be Bubba Wallace.
Okay. I just don't know what to do with that.
Yeah, I wanted to be Bubba Wallace, but
All right. Well,
he got beat by Tony Stewart, and I was like, that's so goddamn soft. Should we get to the Discord comments? Oh no, whoa. YouTube comment of the day. My apologies. Where are my morals? Let me have some sense here. Um, Actually fitting 2 minutes ago. CCR slaps. So I didn't know Credence Clearwater Revival was short in the CCR. I'm gonna have myself a CCR week. It's all Credence Clearwater Revival this week, and I will report back on Friday's episode how I feel about them.
I feel like this is gonna be one of those TikToks where it's like, this is me 1 hour of listening to Creedence Clearwater Revival. This is me 4 days into like you're gonna change.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see how I change. But we'll monitor that. Let's
I don't think
see.
you're gonna make it to Friday.
I mean, there's always a chance of that on me. Let's see what we have here. Let's get to the Discord comments. As I get to the Discord comments, Greg, can you tell people why they should join the Discord?
Yeah, join the Discord. It's been a fun offseason in the Discord thus far. Carter finally paid out the winners of our March games. Shout out to Dion for running those. You haven't paid them out yet, have you?
I got a few. I need to send
This
some.
is unbelievable, man. You are 6 weeks late on this.
Is it 6 weeks?
Yes.
Okay. But Dion got me the names late.
He sent you the names 10 days ago. I'm in the group chat with you.
Yeah, but remember there wasn't all the Venmo names were on there.
Dog, who do you pay on time?
You?
Really?
Yeah.
There's not a great track record of that.
Whoa.
Being honest,
Whoa.
I'm just saying.
There's an unreal track record of that.
There's an okay track
Not
record.
only is it on time, sometimes it's early, my friend.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, we got paid 8 minutes ago. When am I getting paid?
Well, with this attitude, I might not send you shit.
I forgot. You only give bonuses out to our producer.
Anyways, Discord comments for today. Hoosier and Coogee. Cart, with Woody having nothing to do now but golf, smoke cigars, and drink red wine, who do you think will be your new coaching op?
It's a great question.
That is a great question. Who will be my
It
new coach?
doesn't like you couldn't do Dusty. It wouldn't work.
No. Probably Hubert Davis.
I'm sensing a trend.
Oh God. Actually, no, no, no. My apologies. This is an easy ass question, actually.
Kyle Neptune,
No.
still
Relax.
still a trend.
Relax.
Still a trend.
It's Sean Miller.
Ed Cooley, still a trend.
It's
Kim
Sean
English,
Miller.
still a trend.
It's Sean Miller.
Oh, okay. You
It's
you
Sean
love
Miller.
Sean Miller.
No, I don't.
You have loved Sean Miller.
I've never loved Sean. He's a fraud.
You've loved Sean Miller a lot.
No, I have not. He's a fraud.
All right.
Who's your coaching op? Still Jacobs?
Yeah, forever and always.
Trevor always got
It
you.
rains in your bedroom. Everything's yeah, rains when you're gone. John Jacobs.
The hell is that? Justin
Forever
Aki.
and always. Taylor Swift.
Oh, my apologies. Justin Aki. How does the Nate Ament commitment affect Sarr? Do you think that Duke goes after him harder now that they've lost Ament?
Maybe. Maybe. I will plug this on Friday. I did some interviews with Arman Jovic, who is PDT Scouting on Twitter, and he's basically the premier international hoops expert. He knows all these guys personally and just does an awesome job. And he seemed like Dame Sarr's recruitment was like near its finish, and
Hmm.
that the camp knows what's going to happen. Maybe he's wrong on that. I don't know, but I don't think there's much to recruit. Is my read.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. All right, Tingus Pingus. Where does this starting five rank? Question doesn't pertain to depth. Jacoby Gillespie, Nate Ament, Rodney Rice, Felix Okpara, Jalen Carey.
Seventh overall.
That seems right. That's a good shot by you. No further than 10th, maybe like as high as fifth.
We talk about it in the commitment video, but that's with me being pretty out on Nate Amen.
Yeah, but that team's still good.
That team's good.
Uh, Booby. Okay, this is gonna get me killed, but I'm the only one that looks at this MSU team and sees a 48th nationally rostered. Nobody's proven. There's young talent, but the portal additions have been compliantly pieces, in my opinion, with no star. Uh, I think everyone feels the same about the roster as you do, Booby, for what it's worth. But as a
Not
self-proclaimed,
everybody.
oh, am I missing something in the channel?
Not even in the channel. Just like I mean, respected mind not minds love Trey Fort. Think he's incredible. have massive write-ups about it. Uh, I don't know. Like Jesse McCulloch is killing it practice, supposedly. He's been the best big you've had since November. So I don't know. I think there are believers in the roster.
Yeah, but like not like win the Big Ten or anything like that. But as a self-proclaimed resident ACC guy, pretty disappointed with the overall portal class from the ACC. But I do actually believe in Syracuse. On the fun meter, they're a 10. On the coaching meter, red is like a 3. Maybe he can convince me. Nathan George, Starling, and Anthony is a fun trio of guards. They have two NBA wings and Sadiq White and Freeman. Plus, they got a dude who changed his name to Nate Kings. What can't you like? Are you a Syracuse guy this year? Gee, I feel
No.
like that team resonates
Although
with you.
Guy committed to Syracuse. Shout out to Guy.
Guy Franklin?
Yeah.
What?
Sleeper's Guy is going to Syracuse for college. Yeah. He
Whoa!
got into the sports journalism program. Yeah.
Congrats to Guy, man.
Huge, massive. So yeah, by default, I am an orange again.
I'm an orange again too, and you love orange.
I do love orange.
Yeah, orange is the new black. Um, all hail the Pope. I've been at Orange Beach for a week, and I know my Kentucky questions have been missed.
What a
But,
segue.
but am I supposed to send my 3 months of Dimers Pro to someone?
Welcome back. That's yeah. Let me figure that out. Yeah, we need to figure that out. This is me on the fly admitting that we haven't figured it out and we're not very good at figuring things out. Let me add that to the list of things. I do think Ulamog has been sort of running point on this. Ulamog will probably listen to this because Ulamog's a real one. Ulamog, if I need to do something, can you let me know? But I think like I've seen Ulamog like re-adding people to their channels after the Dimers Pro stuff has ended. And our intent was basically to give everyone who did the Dimers Pro thing long enough basically free for the rest of the year. So I think it's really easy to do that in Discord. You just got to change their membership role, but I might need to help Ulamog on that. So we'll get it figured out this week. I can promise that. We'll get it figured out this week. And this is my PSA. Ulamog, message me if I need to do something.
That does it for the Discord comments today.
Wow. Join the Discord. Thank you for that. Can I go back to that Michigan State question, though, and just end on one thing?
Yeah,
I think it comes down to your belief in Jeremy Fears. Because if you believe that Jeremy Fears is like going to be a really good point guard as soon as this year, then I think the whole roster makes sense. Like if Jeremy Fears can like captain be the face of a great team, then like Kohler's a really good big. I like the Caleb Glenn ad a lot. I still think you believe in Kurt Tang. Trey Fort's probably a guy. It works. But if you just don't see it with Fears, then I think you're probably in the camp with Booby on what is this roster. It doesn't make sense. Do you agree with that?
yeah, I do. And I think people do believe in Fears. I will say this: big year for Fears as far as direction of the program.
They're not exactly making it super easy on him either, right? Like this next year is going to come down to like how good Fears is. And it probably was going to anyway, but like if he had a lot of help around him, it would still help him slow play the development a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
So we'll see. Did you see that Trey Holloman, the NC State account, tweeted floor general?
Did they?
They literally put Trey Holloman like clips up and with a graphic, and the caption is "Got our new floor general."
Ah, well played.
Spicy.
Spicy.
Spicy. I like it. Yeah, join the Discord and all that nonsense. We're presented by Underdog Fantasy. Sorry that we have Underdog ads in the middle of every video, but yeah, we need people to sign up for Underdog Fantasy so that we can get a partnership with them all off season long. Promo code Sleepers. You can get a bonus up to $1,000 and a free pick. They'll match 50% of your deposit as a first time user. It's a genuinely awesome offer. I've been playing Underdog for the NBA playoff stuff that they have. You can pick higher or lower and like a lot of player props and all that and build stuff that pays out almost like a parlay. It's pretty sweet. Have you been playing anything on Underdog this week?
I'm so glad you asked me that because I've been literally staring at my phone right now. They got a first quarter threes prop for some of the games tonight, and the Brunson ones are literally smacking me in the face. They got
Overs?
all types of deals like that.
Overs or unders for, or higher or
Overs,
lowers, their terms?
hires.
Hires, yeah, yeah, I think so. All right, well, promo code Sleepers. Make sure you plug that in as a first-time user. We get credit for it. You get the bonus up to $1,000, 50% of your deposit. And with that said, let's get to the show. For topic one today, I want to play a quick game of Portal Tier Maker. We always get shit on for doing tier maker topics and not showing the tiers on screen. So, JK, if you're listening to this, figure it out.
That's it.
Well, yeah, I just would like to place the blame on someone that's not me.
Yeah, let's do that.
Because that, like, the way we produce these, there's literally no way for me to put it on screen. It would have to come on the producer.
And also in my head, like that inherently is a role as a producer. You take blame for things
Yeah.
that maybe aren't necessarily your fault, but do it.
Well, I mean, that's all we did at the Final Four was yell at JK, and we would just be like, "Do this," and then he'd be like, "Well, you could do it," and then it wouldn't get done. And in the end, we like would hug and take pictures. So, yeah. Long story short, listeners, if you want a tier maker on screen, JK should do it. He probably won't do it. We also didn't tell him to do it until now, and it's not going to happen. But blame him, not me.
Yeah, that
Okay,
works for
so
me.
now that we have that established, what I'd like to do is I'd like to go through every committed player in the portal and basically assign it to a tier. So imagine we did have a tier maker. There's like S tier, it's the perfect fit, perfect ad, it's gonna go great. Then there's B, C, D, F.
Okay,
Is there A also?
should be.
Let me check with tier maker.
Never use tier maker
Yeah, there's
before.
an A. S, A, B, C, D, E, F.
Okay,
Okay. So what goes in the S tier? Let's pick like three portal commits and put them in each tier.
okay. Uh, so S has got to be Yaxel's got to be in there, correct?
Perfect fits, it's gonna go great.
Yaxel.
I would say yeah, if we think he's gonna play.
I feel like we got to assume for this.
You want to assume for this?
Yeah,
Okay, then we can put Yaxel. So we think Yaxel is the best portal get, if it's a get.
I think it belongs in this tier. Yes.
Okay, I'm fine with that. All right, we need two more
Um,
in the S.
so are you looking more fit here, or where are you looking best player?
I think it's you're looking for a mix. We're looking for like it's a 10 out of 10 from the school side, 10 out of 10 from the player side. They're going to have a career year. It's going to work. Production's going to be great.
Rob
Like we're
Wright.
looking for star production in the S tier.
Rob Wright.
I think he'd be at least one tier down. It's a good
Okay.
fit, but it's not great. So a couple that come to mind for me.
Conwell.
I think there's too much Louisville competition would be my argument. Here,
Okay.
the two that come to mind for me, Owen Freeman taking the caulk role.
Yeah, the production is going to be there for sure.
It's going to be there. And then Donovan Dent, UCLA,
It's like
with
he's the
all
guy.
the guards out, and he's the guy.
He's the guy.
That would be, I think, my three answers. But I'm willing to listen to others if you have others. I just feel like we could see first team All American years from all those guys, and I wouldn't be surprised.
What about Jacoby Gillespie?
I think with Ament in the fold, it's still a really good fit, but it's not S tier because he's not going to be like a first team All American.
Okay.
Haggerty, depending on where he goes. Like if Haggerty went to Florida, I think he'd be S tier, but
Right. Xavier Lee doesn't not S tier, I'm guessing from you.
not for me, no.
Okay. What about Darion Williams? Like, are we just assuming like because there's some
He's
guys that
uncommitted.
okay, so we're leaving uncommitted guys out. Okay, I feel good about that. I would want to add Ryan Conwell though. I think he's going to be absolutely incredible in that Louisville system, and I think even with the guards they have, I think he's going to assert himself as like the guy.
So I'm pulling rank. We're only putting three in each tier. Conwell can be the first in the A tier. Conwell is the first name officially locked into the A tier. Now we need two more.
Uh,
Perfect fits, big upside. Maybe not first team All American upside, but we like everything else.
I mean, I do like Bennett Sturts with what I was done.
Yeah, just coming with his coach makes it a little less like poppy for me. I'd be
Yeah,
okay with like Gillespie, Rob Wright here. I'd
I'd
be
actually like to go Gillespie, Silas Demery.
I'm okay with that too.
I think that's where I'd go.
I like that. Okay, Conwell, Gillespie, Demery, 3 point guards, or I guess Conwell's not a point, but three guards that we think are going to be studly that picked great systems for themselves in
Yeah.
the A tier. Okay, to the B tier.
Uh, ooh. Does Quaintness belong in this tier?
I was going to say Quainton's taking the Amari Williams role.
Quaintness takes the Amari Williams role. Now I think we get to Rob Wright.
Quaintance and Rob Wright. Okay. And then I feel like a couple you've already mentioned that we kind of just sort of glossed over, but I wouldn't hate here. Xavier Lee. That is a big time get, even if I'm a little skeptical of it.
Would you put Xavier Lee or Keyshawn Hall at this spot first?
I think I'd go Lee.
I think let's go Lee.
Okay, so Xavier Lee as the B tier ad. C tier ad. So again, now we're getting to the connotation where it's like a bad ad. These are still not bad ads, but just like not the upside as others. I have a sneaky one I'd like to throw out because
Please.
before we even knew that this guy was being recruited by them, I said that Nick Davidson should go to Clemson, and he ended up at Clemson. And I just think it's the perfect like Shefflin, PJ Hall replacement.
I'm fine with that.
All right, so we're gonna put Nick Davidson in the C tier. I think he's gonna thrive at Clemson.
That's a solid one.
I'd be okay putting Sturts here if you want to. Like we could literally just do like Sturts and Tucker DeVries.
Ooh,
Oh, Wilkerson.
We love Lawan Watts, but I know like that's more of a fit scenario.
Well, okay, maybe C tier is like just fits we really like. Because I like Davidson at Clemson, Lawan Watts at Texas Tech,
Yeah, and then
Nick Boyd,
Nick Boyd at Wisconsin.
Nick
Yep.
Boyd, Wisconsin. Yeah, okay. So now into the D tier. Like you have our attention, but maybe there's some questions.
So okay, question for you: should the other Keyshawn be higher? So I like the Keyshawn Murphy fit at Auburn.
I mean, I think Keyshawn Hall is a bigger ad than Keyshawn Murphy. But
Yeah, that's true. Okay, no, we'll keep moving. So this is one we question the fit.
I mean, when we get to F, it's got to be like bad fit. But
Okay,
for D, I think it's still like I don't know. It doesn't necessarily need to be bad. Maybe just like you have our attention, but like some questions. In this tier for me, Wesley Yates.
Big Z at Illinois.
Yeah, I like that. Let's put Wesley Yates, Big Z,
Mackenzie and Baco.
Mackenzie and Baco. I'm okay with that. Okay. All right, into E tier, where I think we need to be like somewhat yuck from one side, either the school side or the other. And then F tier, we just want like absolutely awful fits.
Um, Cannon Catchings at Georgia.
Sure, I like that.
Catchings at Georgia. What else do I put in this tier?
Like one of the Kansas ads, like Jaden Dawson.
I was gonna save Trey White for the one that's just awful.
All right, you want to save Trey White for the F tier?
Yeah,
All right, let's save him. Pop Isaacs would be F tier, I think.
yeah,
All right, you know what? Let's do the F tier as we're going. Pop Isaacs, Trey White are both F tier. So we need two more in the E tier and one more in the F tier. I was going to throw this out. Not that I'm like happy about it. I think you can make an argument that either Merez or Mara belong in the E tier. Probably not F because I think they're both like high upside enough guys. But like it's a little clunky down there.
yeah. I would put who would I put? I put maybe Mara there before anybody.
Can I make a proposal?
Yes,
Put Mara in the D tier, put Mbako in the E tier.
deal.
All right. So Mara slides up, takes Mbako's. Mbako slides down to the E tier. And then we need one more E, one more F.
Hmm. One more E, one more F. We already have him. We already have. Oh, can we pick one of the Oklahoma ads to put in here?
Like who? Who do you want?
Nigel Pack.
Yeah, let's put Nigel Pack in the E tier, like questions. And then we need one more just absolute yuck.
Heidi.
Heidi, Texas. That works.
Yeah.
All right. So our official portal tier maker. S tier, perfect. Yaxel Lendenberg, Owen Freeman, Donovan Dent. A tier, Ryan Conwell, Jacoby Gillespie, Silas Demery. B tier, Jaden Quaintance, Rob Wright, Xavier Lee. C tier, Nick Davidson, Lawan Watts, Nick Boyd. D tier, Wesley Yates, Vladimir Visic, and Damara, where there's upside but questions. E tier, Yuck, Cannon Catchings, Mackenzie Mbako, Nigel Pack. F tier, what the hell? Pop Isaacs, Trey White, Cam Heidi. I think we did a good job with that.
We did.
Topic two today, let's just speculate. I want to predict starting lineups for all our favorite teams. So
Okay.
with this, I'm assigning one rule. You have to give me a real name.
Okay.
So you can still speculate a player who's not even on the roster yet. If you want to play the portal game, do it. But you have to give me a real human being's name and your best guess what the starting lineup is next season.
All right.
Start with your team, Michigan State Spartans.
Jeremy Fears, Kurtang, Colin Carr. Um, I mean, well, I guess it's Izzo. We know it's going to be Kohler, Cooper.
You don't think Caleb Glenn is in the starting lineup?
No.
I would bet that he is, for what it's
You think?
worth.
And
Yeah.
what would that look like?
I think he either starts over Cohen or Cohen at the four, Kohler at the five.
Kohler at the five. I would like that for what it's worth.
Yeah. I think
That
Glenn,
that would
I
be
think
that that
Glenn
that would be my closing like the lineup that I think ends up playing the most minutes.
I think there's an argument that Glenn ends up a top two player on Michigan State next year. I'm really coming
Okay.
around on the upside there.
I don't hate that.
Yeah. And I think we've jumped the gun a little bit on like Cohen being locked in as a stud.
Hmm.
He averaged like 8 and 4 last year.
Hmm.
He's been a bench guy his entire career.
Hmm.
Are
Got
we are
better.
we positive they don't still want him in that role?
You probably don't get him back if that's what you were promising.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I guess that's true. I guess you got to give, but like you got Glenn in the fold. Glenn might just do a lot more than Cohen offensively
that's true.
with similar defensive stuff. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. All right, that's your answer. I'm fine with that. Michigan got to be Cadeau. Two guards, a question mark. I'm gonna gut feel here. I think they start Kaysen next year.
Start casing.
The way they really didn't recruit things makes me think Kaysen. And I think if they start Kaysen, I think they'll start Namari Burnett with Kaysen, with Burnett back. Gale off the bench like he finished last year. So let me go Cadeau, Kaysen, Burnett, Merez Johnson, and Damara.
No Yaxel.
I don't think they're getting Yaxel. And I think they're going to get duped and not have a backup plan.
I
It's my answer. Moving on. Do you have anything you would change from that? We can both give an answer.
I might have Kaysen be my bench guard first off the bench, but like he gets a lot of backup PG, like a lot of PG minutes, and maybe start a more knockdown shooter next to him. Maybe one of the freshmen, whoever shows us a better shooting freshman.
I guess McKen. It would have to be McKenney, I think. I don't think Grady's going to start.
Okay, yeah, so
But
maybe McKinney.
yeah, it's one of those things to me. I think much like you with Cohen, if you don't start Kaysen, I think you lose Kaysen next year.
Okay,
And whereas you're losing Gale regardless, so who cares?
good fact, good point.
All right, Kentucky.
Well, based off that text I just sent you,
What happened?
yeah,
Wait, I
Eh,
haven't seen it.
oh,
I'm
you haven't?
live reaction. What happened?
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So my starting lineup is going to be Jelon Lowe, Denzel Aberdeen, Otega Owe, ooh, Diabate, and Quaintance.
Wow. Um, Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe Cam Williams at the four if they want more shooting.
Oh, Jasper, that kind of bums me. Aberdeen. Yeah, I think you just nailed the lineup.
Is Jasper staying at Kentucky?
Dude, we might see some changes. That's Pope is on some crazy shit right now.
Yeah.
You're clapping. This is intriguing to me. All right, who else do we want to do? Let's do
I mean, we know who. Can we just do who Purdue center is for fun?
it's going to be Clough
For sure, Clough.
for sure.
For sure, and Jacobson off the bench.
Even if you want Jacobs, even if Jacobson's better, he's coming off the bench behind Clough this year.
Is there any world where Cox or Harris start?
No,
No.
at least there shouldn't be. If they
Okay.
if they brought Meyer in to come off the bench over those guys, crazy.
Yeah, true. So that's not a fun one to do.
Illinois.
Okay. Kylan Stojakovic, Kylan Stojakovic, Ty Rogers, Mirkovic, Ivisic, Big T.
Mirkovic, Big T, Ty Rogers. You gave him Stojakovic and Kylan.
Yeah.
It still feels like there's at least one more domino to fall there for me. But of the names we know,
Well, Chancellor.
actually, F it. I bet it's Kylan, Adam Miller,
Oh yeah.
Stojakovic, Mirkovic, Ivisic.
I kind of like that team.
I'll be so shocked if they just start Ty Rodgers like nothing happened last year. That would be such a ridiculous move.
It'd be
Who
funny.
else do we want to do?
Oh, let's see who we got here. Do we do Louisville for funsies or UConn?
UConn's got to be Demery, Ball, Mullins. Guess it depends on your Caravan belief.
If it's not, probably what Jalen Stewart,
Let's say Caravan's back.
Caravan. He's gonna start Terrace.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
He didn't start Terrace last year. I don't get why people are acting like it's a done
Year,
deal that
year
he's
two, year two,
Terrace.
year two, start Terrace.
Year two bench Terrace still. Like I don't get it. Ryby, I think it's Ryby. Um, UNC, Kyan Evans, Seth Trimble, Caleb Wilson, Stevenson, Visar.
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward. Duke.
Caden, Caleb, Coward,
You think they get Coward?
Boozer, Big Pat.
All right. I like that answer. That works for me. Topic three, early offseason grades. I give you a team. You give me the grade for their early offseason right now. I want you to take everything into account of it. I want you to take what they lost and what they added. It's not just their ads, it's what they lost and what they've added. How has the needle moved up or down or stagnantly from the end of last season? Any questions?
No.
Kentucky.
Uh, B minus.
They lost a lot, but they have some great ads.
They do have some great
And
ads.
Otega, we think back.
Ortega, we think back. That changes it for me.
You think Otega not back?
I don't know why. Why? I feel like people are saying that like there's a chance he might not.
I think Otega back.
Okay, B plus.
I'm going A minus.
B
I'm going
plus.
A minus. I think they've had a really good offseason.
Yeah, I agree. B plus.
Yeah, okay, A minus.
All right, sure. A minus.
Michigan State,
Um, I mean, you gotta take in everything in the fact like they lost so much.
accounting
Uh,
what they lost.
uh, D.
That's where I'm at too. We gave them a C for the ads, but I think when you add what they lost, it's gotta. I mean, Izzo himself said he didn't expect Holloman.
Yeah,
Jace is just way too important and gone too early.
yeah.
So yeah, all right, D or D plus, something somewhere in there. If they add Darius Adams, what would that do to it?
Oh, probably bump it up to probably B or B plus.
Okay, wow, big shift. Michigan
Uh,
lost a ton. Lost Wolf, didn't even try to get him back. Golden, Donaldson out.
Yaxel, yes or no?
I'm still gonna assume no until it happens.
C plus.
I think that's generous. If they don't have Yaxel and they don't have a good replacement, C minus. If they do have Yaxel and or a $4 million replacement, B plus, A minus,
A minus range, I think I would
A
go.
minus. Okay. Duke lost everything basically.
Uh, Boozers are good enough by themselves. They still have Isaiah Evans back currently, Big Pat back, Foster back. I go B plus. It would have went A range if they got Tyrese back.
I'm going steady B. Just a
Okay.
steady
Okay.
B. Shelton Henderson lost. Like a lot of I need to see a little star power from Duke sooner rather than later, but steady B. Illinois added an Ivisic, a Mirkovic. Not a lot of other ads yet. Lost Trey White to Kansas. Lost Merez to a conference rival.
Currently, as it stands, I'd say like D minus,
Sparris and Will Riley out. Sar not committed yet.
maybe F.
Currently, as it stands, early offseason, you're going D minus.
Yeah,
I'm going D. Where do we think it finishes by the time they do complete the class?
B minus.
I think it still ends on the C grade for me, unless they get a star. But you lost a ton here.
Star Adam Miller. Where does it end up?
Is Stojakovic the star?
Let's say yes.
C minus.
Mm.
Like just flat. You lost Kasparis. You replaced him with nothing. Or Adam Miller. Adam Miller is your Kasparis replacement. Stojakovic is your Will Riley replacement. You lost Merez and didn't replace him, or got Mirkovic, I guess, is the replacement. I
Yeah,
don't know. Like Ty Rodgers is in a big role again.
a bit underwhelming.
Like,
Bit
I,
underwhelming.
I don't know. I mean, but it can change. I know it can change. Let's give it a month. This is just early offseason grades. Who else do we want to do quickly?
BYU.
A.
Yeah, A
A
plus.
plus.
A
Yeah.
plus.
UConn?
A plus.
A. A plus. A
A
plus.
plus. Come on.
Purdue? A plus.
Valedictorian.
So basically all, and I'm going to have all of those teams probably in my Final Four next year, by the way. Just A
Texas Tech.
pluses all around. B.
Darian Williams back.
A.
Plus.
They wanted Aberdeen, didn't get him.
Eh.
Maybe they'll have to pivot to Darius Adams next.
Eh.
We'll see. One big thing presented by YouTube's compliance department and Underdog Fantasy promo code Sleepers get up to $1,000 in bonus credit and a free pick. What you got today?
My one big thing is that the bagel market's getting saturated in my mind. Um, I don't want a sandwich. Sometimes I just want a bagel, you know? And I feel like sometimes people look down upon some bagel establishments. A good Asiago cheese bagel from Panera will get it done every time. I don't have to go to New York Deli down the street and wait in a very, very long line for some bagel. Sometimes you just got to go to the good old classics. You can get a good bagel if you find it, all right? The bagel market is too saturated for my liking. Make bagel simple again.
Thank you for that. My one big thing, I didn't see enough Reese's eggs for my liking this year, and I think they got complacent.
Whoa.
I think they got complacent. I don't like saying it, but I'm a hold even the people I love accountable guy, and I'm looking at you, Reese. I need a big bounce back year from you next year.
I agree.